Howdy, 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 my darling Gemini. How are you doing, and Happy New Year? Let's get into your weekly tarot reading, Gemini, and see what's going to be happening for you during this week of January 2023. Remember to check out more than just your one zodiac sign. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising, just like in astrology, Gemini, and let's just jump right into your tarot reading today. And I like these cards that came out for you here, all right? We have the Hierophant, the Sun card, as well as the Two of Pentacles coming in here. And so the first message I want to be saying for you, Gemini, is like, while I see that you have been juggling with quite a bit, it's been a little bit chaotic, right? If you look at the artwork of the Two of Pentacles, it usually depicts someone who, in this case, that's you, Gemini. It depicts somebody who's juggling with a bunch of plates, a lot of things that, you know, maybe even juggling with like financial situations, but as well at the same time, it's just like you're dealing with some social drama as well. And then in the back here, if you pay attention, Gemini, you see like the chaotic waves and all that. And so it's like you're trying to do everything possible to keep afloat. All right. And what I can be telling you here is with the Sun card that came forward as well for you, Gemini. All right. This makes me think of like the sun popping back out after like a brutal storm at sea, where the waters are going to start calming down for you. All right. Now, Gemini, the Sun card is the most positive card in the tarot deck. All right. So that's already something to be looking forward to. So it's just like the, definitely it's just like the chaoticness of what's been going on in your life and juggling everything is not forever here. All right. And then we have this Hierophant energy coming in here. All right. So Gemini, and a really important message that I get with all this here is that I feel as if it's through all this chaos that has been going on, what you're going to be seeing on the other side of this, Gemini, is something that will be providing a substance. So it's just like, yeah, you might be been having like a bunch of different things, a bunch of different moving parts going on in your life here, but with this type of dynamic here, Gemini, there's going to be a purpose to all this chaos that you've been dealing with. And so it's like a really strong confirmation where it's just like, you know, right now things are overwhelming for you, Gemini, but as long as you do your best to just keep afloat and keep on juggling until that Sun card pops back out, pops up for you, things are going to settle down. Things are going to be looking really positive for the long term. You know, the Hierophant represents higher knowledge. It can represent, you know, marriage and commitment and being able to, you know, it's like, I do get this sense of where it's like, you're going to be able to find where you can start putting your roots into a situation or just in your environment. Things are overall going to start stabilizing for you. All right. And so let's take a look, Gemini. What is it that you are currently manifesting? What are you guys working on currently? You know, what messages can we be looking forward to you? So we have the Three of Wands. Now, it's kind of funny here, Gemini. My regulars might know this, but it's like, I always like to explain the Three of Wands, Gemini, as like a seeing, like when you imagine yourself being out in the middle sea. And it's just like you've been out in sea for like months and months and months. I have a sneeze coming in, so if you notice me making a weird face, that's why. You've been out in sea for months, right? And so it's just like there's no sign of land. And with the Three of Wands, this is like a card representing you're going to start seeing signs in your environment and everything around you, letting you know that the land is coming. All right, and so definitely be paying attention, Gemini, to what's going on, because we right afterwards we pulled the Justice card for you, Gemini. Things are going to start balancing out in your life. You're very fitting here, especially considering all the juggling that we're talking about with these three cards, right, darling? And so Gemini, I'm really looking forward to what's going to be happening for you. Again, this is like everything's starting to come together. That's like a message I get here, is everything's starting to come together. And then it's fitting, my friend, we have the Six of Pentacles. So you got both of the cards that represent scales. All right. If you do have Libra in your chart, Gemini, I have to just give like the usual saying, just like if you do have Libra in your chart, maybe check out Libra's reading as well. Or you might be having someone that's around you that is a strong Libra essence, but overall just making this back about bringing this back to you, Gemini. I get this sense of just like, again, like things starting to finally balance out. I feel like you've been putting a lot into your life, a lot into projects and relationships in your life, Gemini, and it's like you really haven't really seen the payout. All right. You know, it's like you've been putting out all this good karma. You've been working, you've been doing the meditations. You've been trying your hardest, you know, to keep a positive mindset. All right. And you're probably sitting there just like, well, Velcro, I haven't seen nothing. All right. And, where's this positivity? When is it my turn? Right. You might have been saying. And so what I can be saying is like, you're going to start receiving signs in the coming days for you, Gemini, of where things are going to just overall start calming down, and where it's like, things are finally going to be paying off for everything that you have been juggling up until this point. All right. So very straight to the point reading right there. Let's take a look at your social situation here, which we already have 3 cards that fell out here, Gemini. So the social relationship reading could be talking about romantic, platonic, family, you know, someone maybe entirely even new. So let's get into this here, Gemini. Firstly, we have the King and Knight of Wands coming in here. All right. And so definitely the first message I get here is this sense of like someone has definitely matured. Gemini, someone has definitely matured. I feel like you connected to them as starting out as the knight. All right. And so this could easily be someone where it's just like you could have seen the potential in them, Gemini. And when you tried to connect to them beforehand, you were just like this person, like, I like you, but you could, you could develop your frontal cortex a little bit more, right? You could mature a little bit more. And stick with me here, Gemini, because there is a positive message here. So it's like you dealt with someone that wasn't mature. I do feel like this person's going to be approaching you because you definitely do know them. And I don't know if you guys are not on speaking terms or anything. I mean, you do have the death card in the back of the deck, honey. All right. So definitely this could be someone that you are not speaking to currently. But I feel like this is more so just like grown apart, distance apart. I feel like you guys are just in very different parts of your life when you guys did connect initially. And this person just needed to experience life. And that's exactly what happened for them. And now they're coming back towards you. A lot more confidence, a lot more maturity, because I do feel like when they first connected to you, Gemini, they were pretty insecure and they just were not ready for someone like you. All right. And so going into your next 2 cards that came out for you, we have the 4 of Pentacles coming in here with the World card. So I do see you, Gemini, in this place that when they do approach you, you're kind of going to be at this place where it's just like, I don't know, like I moved on from you for a reason, right? And I don't know if you've truly changed. I don't know if I want to open that book again. That's something you're going to be saying to yourself. I'm not here, and I'm a tarot reader, darling, right? I'm not here to tell you what you should be doing with your life or how you should be living your life and connecting to these people here. But what I can be telling you is just, not only do I see this person has truly grown, right? I do see with the World card, because the World card is the final card in the major arcana, my friend, representing the ending of a story to begin a new fool's journey. All right. And then the 4 of Pentacles. So while I'm not telling you to forgive and forget whatever happened in the past that caused for you to death card in the back of the deck to just, not really connect to them or make it a strong point to connect to them. I get like this message as well, so where it's like you kind of gave up, Gemini. While I'm not telling you to do one thing or another, I am telling you that I think it might be worth you feeling it out a little bit and seeing like how they have grown, and maybe to see if they are compatible for your life again. I'm going to see what their intentions are. Magician card coming in here. And then we have the 10 of Wands. And then we have what is this card? The Knight of Pentacles coming in. And so this seems to be very honest thoughts here. This seems to be very much so someone that is holding themselves accountable, wanting to not just like brush everything under the rug. Gemini, this gives me someone who very much so is just like, hey, we have a history, it's like the sense of like they understand that they have some explaining to do. And I feel like they are willing to put in the work towards further developing things and working through whatever problems that happened in the past, because they do care about you, Gemini, obviously, because they still, you haven't left their mind. All right. And so that's the tarot portion of your reading. Let's get into your oracle reading for today, Gemini, and then I'll leave you to enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, darling. So your animal oracle card is the koala spirit coming in here for you, Gemini. Now the koala spirit says spirit has a plan for you, all right? And so there is a reason as to why this person is going to be coming back into your life, Gemini. Like everything that's been happening for you, there's been a whole purpose in this the entire time, all right? And so just trust the process that anything that's going on in your life right now, it's all according to spirit's plan, darling. So anytime when spirit is involved in the process, my darling, you know that there's something there deeper to look into and not to just brush off. All right, so take that as you will. When it comes to numerology, Gemini, your number for this week is the number 8. So look that number up and see what the number 8 in numerology has for you, what messages they have for you. And so let's end off with your animal oracle card, Gemini. Let's see what's going on here. And then you have the full moon in Aquarius, be real. So for me, Gemini, I'm seeing this more so in the sense of where it's like you need to just speak your honest truth towards every situation in your life, but especially socially. I feel like you need to speak your truth and, you know, take it, very much so take it or leave it type of energy. I feel like you have a little bit of a problem being a people pleaser, Gemini. And so it's just like you don't want to be like an inconvenience. And so stop worrying about that and just start, you know, set up your boundaries early and say just like, hey, this is what I like, this is what I dislike. You know, I'm not telling you to be part of my life, I'm just telling you like what I enjoy and what I don't. And if you feel like that's too much, then don't talk to me. But if you feel like you are willing to work around that, then there you go. I feel like you need to kind of just lay your cards out on the table, honey. All right, pun not intended, but it works. So I love you so much, Gemini. Hopefully something in here resonated, and I'll connect to you sometime in the near future. Bye, darling.